ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Dear devotees, if you see in the last class, last 4 verses, we saw how the Brahman or the consciousness manifested at the subtle level and at the gross level, and also at the microcosmos level and macrocosmos level we discussed. When we are discussing all these things, we might get a question. Swamiji, the Katha Upanishad started with a story. Okay. And he asked 3 boons. First, second boon over there itself. Third boon was, let people, some people are saying after a death of a being, nothing exists. And some say after a death of a person, something exists. Please tell me, O Yama, what is the reality? Because you being the Lord of Death, you will be knowing the journey of a soul after the death. Please tell me. Initially, Yama said, oh, my dear, it is very subtle. Except this, you ask anything else. And he tried to tempt the Nachiketa by offering abundant wealth and other sensory pleasures. But Nachiketa was firm enough to deny everything with logical reasons, and he said, if you want to give, you give me the Atmagnana and Atmagnana alone, otherwise I don't need anything else. That's how we remember. Afterwards, he started explaining he praised Nachiketa and he started explaining the Brahmagnana, the nature of the Atman. Now it looks like Swamiji, it is going like a Hanuman tale. Like in the Lanka, the Hanuman tale, the Rakshasas want to put a fire for the Hanuman tale, but it was getting elongated. So much so that it went and ran after few streets. So like that, this Katha Upanishad is also going on. Whenever is going to end, what is he going to discuss? This question might come, or it should come definitely. Yes. So if you are following the pattern, if you are following the links between the slokas, then you will be able to get the answer. Otherwise, you will lose it. So in different ways, Yama is trying to describe, Yama is trying to convince Nachiketa, consciousness and consciousness alone exist, and you are that consciousness. Atman or Brahman and Brahman alone exist, and you are that Brahman. He is using different ways, different metaphors, different similes, or different explanations. At the individual level, at the cosmic level, at the subtle level, at the gross level, at the subtlest level, whatever so. So these things, if you understand, that makes sense. Otherwise, it is not so. Then the question might come, why so many things he's telling? Why so many ways he's telling? He can tell straight away clearly. It would have been easy for us, so that Katha Upanishad would have been ended long back. And we would have went to some other Upanishad also. This question might come for some of us. When we joined monastery, so our the pontiff, the Adhyaksha Swamiji asked us to by-heart the Gita slokas. Then some of us, we were thinking, oh my dear, why did Krishna tell in a shortcut way? Of course, Krishna told in a shortcut way, but Vyasa wrote the teachings of Krishna in the 700 slokas. Then why did Vyasa didn't think about us? He could have written in a less slokas so that our byhearting, our mugging of the slokas would have been lessened. Why can't he do less? So this type of question might come for us. So why Yama or the Rishi keeping the Yama as a nimitta, as a reason, why is he go on trying to explain in different ways? Why? Because our ignorance is unfortunately so strong, it needs good amount of hammering, Vedantic hammering. Hammering is required for us to break that nut. Hard nut to crack is a hard nut to crack, we say. So like that, it is very difficult for us to get away from the ignorance. You will see at the end of the Katha Upanishad that Yama Nachiketa says that, now I have understood who am I. So after discussing all of these things, after attending so many classes, at the end of the Katha Upanishad, do we or can we say that, including me of course, we have experienced the Brahman or our ignorance has been removed? No. Because we have been dehypnotized so strongly, it needs a good amount of beatings. It needs good amount of hammering. That is the reason Rishi, keeping the Yama as a nimitta, is using different analogies, different similes, metaphors, explanations to make us understand Brahman and Brahman alone exist. There is nothing else. And everything else exists in Brahman if at all. They are all appearance and they are all appearing in Brahman. So does Brahman exist or not? Like, does God exist or not? Similarly, the eternal substance called or the eternal subject or object called Brahman exist. If you ask, Rishi is saying, my dear, Brahman and Brahman alone exist. Matter, mind, energy, black hole, stars, planets, Ishvara, individual beings, dinosaurs, rhinoceros, whatever you take, everything exists in the consciousness just as a wave or as a ripple. So consciousness and consciousness alone exist. Then the question might come, Swamiji, it is very nice to hear these things. It may be hypothetical, isn't it? No, it is a fact. How can you say that? Because I'm experiencing this world, phenomenal world, so palpatably, so tangibly I'm experiencing. How can you say that it is only an appearance? It is not true. Only because of the mind and the sense organs, I am experiencing the duality. No mind, no duality. How can you say? Your deep sleep, my deep sleep. In deep sleep, world is not perceived. Why? There is no mind. That doesn't mean, okay, I'm not perceiving, someone else is perceiving. Yes, but someone else is also perceiving through their mind alone. So without the mind and sense organs, no duality exists. The duality is what? Matter and mind or matter and self. So whatever we are perceiving the duality, whatever we are experiencing the duality, that is only through the dream, the mind and sense organs. So the mind and sense organs through alone, we get all the knowledge. And through that only we are perceiving the duality. So that is the reason Yama is trying to remove our ignorance, or wrong understanding, or a misconception. We had in our degrees thing, we had a beautiful drama called Pride and Prejudice. This was a beautiful drama titled Pride and Prejudice. So either of pride or prejudice, we will land into problem. So both are problematic, no doubt. So similarly, we all our misconceptions. Oh, she has got a misconception about me. That is the reason she is mistaking me. We all say that. People have misconceptions about the reality, we say that. About our dharma, it comes. About our India, we say that people have misconceptions and all. No doubt, individually, we all of us have got misconceptions about ourselves. That is the reason we are suffering. That is a cause for our bondage. That is the cause for the samsara. That is also the cause for our suffering also actually. No one is real cause for suffering. We always think, oh, either my wife or husband, parents or children, our neighbors, our country, or my enemies, or if I'm coming to working place, either my boss or my subordinates. We all think XYZ is a reason for our suffering. No, it is only me is the real cause for suffering. That is misconception. Misconception about what? Oh, I don't know about trigonometry properly. I have got a misconception about trigonometry at calculus. No, that doesn't make you suffer. The misconception about one's own true nature is the real cause for his suffering. The moment you remove the misconception by right understanding, all our suffering ends. The same thing, the same idea is being told in across the religion very beautifully. And quite interestingly, if you see in the six systems of our philosophies, that is Nyaya, Syllogism, Vaisheshika, atomic theory, and Sankhya, then Yoga, Patanjali Yoga, Purvamimamsa, Uttamimamsa, most of them, and the theistic school and the different schools of Vedanta, except few schools or sub-schools, most of the schools of the Indian philosophy, all of them accept that knowledge alone is the solution for all our suffering. To end the suffering. That's a very quite interesting ones. That doesn't mean that I'm undermining the bhakti. That doesn't mean that knowledge alone is superior. No, I'm not saying neither of. But quite interestingly, even in the Bharata darshanas, different philosophies, knowledge has been given very importance. Even including Jainism and Buddhism also, right view, samyak darshana is given very important. Right view. So right understanding is very, very important in our day-to-day life also. All the relationships can hold good because of right understandings. And if I have to be successful in any project, I have to have a right understanding about things. Then only I can be a successful person to handle a project. I should know about my colleagues. I should know about the person, what he wants and what can be done, how to do. Every step we should know properly. Then we have to execute it, of course. So similarly, right understanding, right view of reality is very, very important. So because of our wrong understanding about one's own true nature, real nature is the root cause for our suffering and for our again and again birth and death. All right. With this background, let us try to enter the 10th shloka. So second chapter, first subchapter and the 10th shloka. Yadeveha tadamutra, yadamutra tadanviha, mṛtyuṃāpnoti, yadeveha nāneva paśyati. What is here that indeed is there? What is there that alone is here? He goes from death to death, who sees the manifoldness of diversity here as it were. The moment when you hear, whatever is here, it is there, and whatever is there, it is here. What is there, Swamiji? What is here? They are all pronouns. They are no nouns at all here. Many times people say, Swamiji, did you know who am I? Who am I? In a phone, they will say first and foremost, it is unrecognized number or unsaved number. I say, my dear, first please tell your name. Who are you? First you tell your noun. First let me know the noun, then I can know the pronoun. So many times we think, because we know in our mind, without referring to things, without referring to the nouns, we directly go to pronoun. But it is not so here. There is a reference here, of course, in the earlier slokas. So whatever is here and it is there, and whatever is there, it is here. Here and there is referring to what here? Here is referring to individual, and there is referring to cosmos. So whatever andanda and pindanda, we say brahmanda and pindanda, you can say. So whatever you can see in the drop of ocean, the same thing exists. The same thing exists in the entire ocean. So whatever you see in this individual body, it is made up of 5 elements, and the same thing you can see, the same structure in the universe also. The universe is also made up of 5 elements. Pancha bhūtātmika prakriti, we all know that. So that has been told here. And who sees manifold, who sees diversity, he goes from death to death. Means what? He goes in the cycle of birth and death. So you see, we don't want to eat idli every day. We don't want to eat dosa alone every day. We want a different type of breakfast, that to India especially. Here we don't have that much. We don't think about bread sandwich is enough, or muesli or what is more than enough for us. But people, when they call, what did you eat, Swamiji? I say muesli. After a week, they ask, what did you eat, Swamiji? Muesli breakfast. Swamiji, every day you are eating muesli. Don't you feel bored? Don't you feel unhappy? I said, no. I'm happy. So, because we don't want the monotonous. I think I told this joke once in India. I went to college. After my speech and hearing my biodata, a young chap got up and said, Swami, I feel really sorry for you. I said, thank you. At least someone is there to feel about me. Why, my dear, can I ask? I asked. He said, Swami, even with your dress, you don't have a choice. Every day you have to wear the same dress, same akar robe only you have to wear. You don't have any choice. Someday we will wear blue, someday we'll wear white, someday we'll wear green color or black color. What dress? You don't have a choice even with your dress, Swami. Is it your life is boring, isn't it? You have missed it lot. I feel really sorry for you, he said. I said, no, my dear, you might feel that, but I feel you are missing a lot. I feel really sorry for you, I told. Anyhow, I don't know whether he understood or not. So people does not like monotonous. People does not like the same thing. People wants change. People wants diversities. But here Yama is saying that whoever sees diversity, they are going from cycle of birth and death. What does it mean? Consciousness and consciousness alone exist, but we are seeing, if we are seeing the duality, that means we are not able to comprehend the reality which is behind all the dualities, or behind all the appearances. That is the reason he is going from birth to death, cycle of birth or death, which is called samsara. So, after explaining the Yama beautifully explained how the consciousness is appearing as Vishwa and Virat, Taijasa and Hiranyagarbha, and Prajna and Ishvara in the last 3 or 4 shlokas. Now, he is trying to tell that duality is an illusion. Straight away he is telling duality is an illusion, there is only non-dual. Advaita. Not two. They don't say it is only one. Because to say one, mathematically, there is a necessity of 2 or 3. Oh, there is only one means there can be 2 or 3. That's a reason to negate it. I am saying that I am only one, or there is only one. But here, Advaita says there are no 2. No 2 means no 3, no 4, no 5, no 10, no 20, no 100, no 1000. That means there is only one non-dual. So, yadeveha tad yad iva iha tadamutra. The awareness which is shining the individual being, the same awareness, the same consciousness is also being lighted or lighting the power of the entire universe. Whatever you say prana shakti, or what you at individual level, the same prana shakti energy level is also behind this universe. The consciousness which we say, it is the reason which is making us active. The same consciousness is behind this universe also. Yadamutra, tadanviha. Means even the Ishvara, the cosmic ruler, is not superior in essence to the witness which is in my heart. This is the great teaching of the Upanishad. Essentially, there is no difference between the God and the individual self. Again, this word is very important, essentially. Like it is like a ocean water in a cup and ocean water in the ocean. Quantitatively, there is a difference because there is only maybe 100 ml. There it is thousands of millions of billions of ml quantity point of view. But quality point of view, it is more. It is one and the same. Ocean water, H2O, H2O. So there is no difference between individual self and supreme self. Means because both are nothing but Atman or Brahman and Brahman alone, consciousness and consciousness alone. So consciousness exists same in every. By this, what Yama is trying to tell, consciousness exists in the same way, either in the rock, or in the plant, or in the animal, or in the human being, or even in the Ishvara. There is no difference. Only difference is at the level of reflecting medium. Stone does not have any reflecting medium called Sukshma Sharira. That's why stone is not able to feel the life. Plant has got the reflecting medium, but it is very dull quality. That's why the way we behave, understand, it is not able to. Animals have got better quality of reflecting medium. They are able to feel it more. And human being as the best reflecting medium on the mundane earth, on the earth basically, so we are able to perceive it better. From the consciousness point of view, there is no difference. Only difference is at the point of reflecting medium. So this has been hidden argument in this shloka. So essentially, there is no difference. Why? Because consciousness and consciousness alone exist, and consciousness is all pervasive. When the moment when you say consciousness is all pervasive, it equally exists it everywhere. So there is no difference there. Only difference is in reflecting medium. And nāneva he is saying there, if you see. So that means whatever the manifoldness, the dualities, it is only an appearance or delusion. It is not reality. So Yama is telling very clearly. And if you don't understand what mṛtyuṃ, again and again you are attaining the death. That means what? You are in the cycle of samsara. That is the cycle of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. As Shankaracharya says in Bhajagovinda Marmohamudgara, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Iha Samsare, Bahudustare. Then what to do? Krupaya Pare, Pai Murare. Surrender at the feet of the Murari, Krishna or Shiva or Lord. Then you will get out from this problem. And one more interesting quite thing, if you see, a person is traveling from death to death is what in the cycle of samsara, no doubt. Why do we fear? We all fear, no doubt. All of us, we have got fear, different type of fear, phobia. Why? Because I perceive the duality. Duality is the root cause for the fear. If there is a non-duality, there is no fear at all. There can be no fear at all. For example, two brothers. So younger brother is fear of elder brother because he may take away my possession or my property, or maybe of jealousy, they have got a problem. So because there are two people distinctively, he is feeling the younger brother, that's the reason he has got a fear. Now, if the same fellow, forget about Vedanta, even the younger brother, if he thinks that both of us, we belong to same family. There is a family, in the name of family, we are all part of it. The moment when you think, the fear reduces. It might not go completely, but it reduces to larger extent. So from the greatest point they're saying, the ātmani is the same in everywhere, in everyone, in everything, then why to fear? Whom to fear? From the ultimate point of view, of course, Yama is speaking here. So from that ultimate point of view, Brahman and Brahmanala exist. If you understand this, then where is the cause of fear? And we can see in all the great people's life. Sri Ramakrishna, when he met a group of dacoits, he never feared. He answered very plainly and he didn't get into problem. And rather, 2 or 3 times the dacoits met Sri Ramakrishna different point of times and dacoits got changed. In Buddha's life we can see. In Holy Mother's life we can see. Holy Mother, once she was all alone and she was stopped by a dacoit. And by her love, pure love, she changed the dacoits. So when we establish in our true nature, we can change people, we can bring a change in them. So because of my mind, I see duality. And when you go out beyond that, you will see the non-duality. If you remember the Bhagavad Gita, Vidya Vinay Sampanne, Brahmane Gaviastini, Shunichaiva Swapakecha, Pandita Samadarshinaha. The wise person who has experienced the truth, he sees the same thing everywhere. In the dog, in the dog eater, in the sinner, in the saint, he sees the same thing everywhere, in everything. So that has been told. All right. Now the last 4 mantras are quite interesting. They are often quoted and almost they are, of course, 13, 14, 15, I think, it is considered as Mahavakyas. Let us see. manasaivedamāptavyaṃ neha nānā'sti kiṃcana mṛtyuṃ gacchati yadeveha nāneva paśyati. This has to be attained through the mind alone. There is no plurality at all here. One who sees here plurality, as it were, goes from death to death. So this is being told time and again, actually, if you see. Time and again, they go from death to death. Few shlokas it repeats. I think this is the a way of Katha Upanishad, what you say, design or the format. Some points they repeat it to give the stress and to give the importance, to show the importance. Here also, if you see, mṛtyusya mṛtyu gacchati. So there earlier shloka it said, mṛtyusya mṛtyumāpnoti. He attains death from death, death from death. Now he is saying, mṛtyusya mṛtyuṃ gacchati. He goes from death to death. He goes from death to death. Means what? Again, he will be in the problem of samsara. In the cycle of birth and death, he will be keep on happening. That's what he's telling. Why? If a person sees plurality as a result, as a real, then he will travel from death to death. That is what Yama is trying to tell. In reality, there is non-duality. There is only one, that is consciousness. And if you are seeing the multiplicity, okay, even the Brahmagnani also sees the multiplicity. Like I am seeing the Jiva and Jagat, individuals and the world. Even Brahmagnani, after the realization, he also sees. But for him, it will be not real. It will be an appearance. The Satyatva Buddhi, the notion of reality will be destroyed in him. But in us, it is there. There's a difference between Buddha and Buddha. And the essence is what? There is no plurality at all. There is only unity. There is only one, not two. And Upanishad is also conveying that through asti means there are no plurality even at the present. It is not a past event. It is not a future event. Even at right now, at this moment even, there is no plurality. Asti, asti, by using the word. So Upanishad or Yama is trying to convey that it is at present. So there is no transformation, real transformation at all. Whatever we say, speak of transformation, it is not. So I think in Nasadiya Sukta, it is beautifully this philosophy has been explained. It comes from unmanifested state to manifested state, and from manifested state, again it goes to unmanifested state. The change is only in state, not in reality, or it is appearance only. Okay, now he is telling manasaivedamāptavyaṃ. Now we are saying that consciousness and consciousness alone exists and you are that consciousness. Okay, Swami, how to attain it? How to reach it? How to experience it? If you ask, they are saying manasaivedamāptavyaṃ. You can attain through mind and mind alone. Earlier shlokas in earlier mantras in Kenopanishad we can see, in Mundaka, either in Mundaka, in some other Upanishad we see it is not attainable through the mind, you say, because the self is beyond mind, beyond intellect, beyond sense organs, you say. Upanishad itself has told. Now Upanishad itself is telling that it is attainable through mind and mind alone. Upanishad teaching itself, they are contradicting. How can we understand? The question might come, it should come. If not, I am sowing the seed of doubt or question in your minds, so that you can enjoy the teaching of the Upanishads. At least when I was reading, I got it. All right. So here Shankaracharya gives a beautiful analysis or beautiful answer for that. When Upanishad says you cannot attain by mind, means you cannot attain by impure mind, undisciplined mind. Or if you remember 4 Ds, sadhana chatushta sampannata. 4 Ds. If your mind doesn't have 4 Ds, acquired with 4 Ds, with such undisciplined, impure mind, you cannot attain the self. You cannot attain the self means what? You cannot reach or you cannot experience the self. Whereas with the disciplined mind, with the tamed mind, with the pure mind, which has got 4 Ds and who has heard enough Vedanta with purity, no doubt, for thus such a pure mind can experience the self. So here, manasaivedamāptavyaṃ, through the mind alone you can experience the Brahman, if Upanishad is telling, with the pure mind. So all our struggle is what? To purify the mind. Because I was Brahman, I am Brahman, I will be Brahman. So only problem is in my mind. So the mind has to be purified. That's all. All our sadhana is what? Purification of the mind. Once mind is purified, then the reflection will be perfect, full the optimum. Then I will attain freedom. Though we use the word, but it is not right. We will experience our true nature. Our ignorance has been removed. That's all. So unpurified mind, scattered by sensory pleasures, ego, and arishad vargas. Kama, krodha, boha, mada, matsarya, we all say. Greed, lust, anger, all these things. Such impure mind cannot attain the self, whereas which has purified mind is pure mind can attain the Brahman or can experience the Brahman. Means attain, experience, and all these things, it is only limitation of the language. It is only means the ignorance will be removed. That's all. The wrong notion, the wrong understanding will be removed. So, neha nānā'sti kiṃcana. This is also quite often quoted shloka, quite often quoted. What does it mean? So, it is also considered as grand or great declaration, mahavakya or statement. Why? There is no multiplicity here whatsoever. From this, they are saying that na iha nānā'sti kiṃcana. Iha, here, there is no multiplicity at all. There is only non-duality. Space and time, all these things only we see in the space-time causation actually if you see. And we are seeing matter, mind, bodies, individual beings, animals, plants, matters, minerals, whatever you say. All these things are appearance. They are different ripples or waves in the ocean. But if you see, water and water alone exist in the ocean. Like you have got a nose ring, you have got a bangles, golden bangles, you have got golden necklace, then you have got golden earrings and different instruments made by gold. Different shapes, different utilities, different names. No doubt, it is true. But if you see, one step if you go back and if you see, all is nothing but gold and gold alone. The gold has been made into different shapes and based on the shapes and forms, we have given different names. So same thing has been told here also. So if the wave thinks I am separate from the ocean, it is foolish. The wave does not have independent existence without the ocean or the water. So similarly, so many, whatever we are experiencing, the diversity behind that, what is the root cause? That is consciousness or awareness and awareness alone. When you hear this, you might feel it is difficult to comprehend. Take the example or the analogy of the dream experience. In a dream experience, you go to a place, you meet people, you enjoy, you meet a problematic situation, difficult situation, you struggle, you cry, you resolve it, then you are happy, then you got a prize probably. All of that happened. But finally, when the alarm rang, your dream broke, then you see you are the same person. The experiencer, experience and experienced, all the three roles was taken by your mind and mind alone, nothing else. At the time of experience, was the world exist or not? Yes, it experienced. It existed. And people were there or not? Yes, they were there. And the situations you experienced, was it real or not? Yes, it was there. But the moment when you come from the dream state to waking state, all of them ceases to exist. Now we are staying in the waking state and we are trying to negate the waking state. That is what the difference. Now say for an example, you are having a wonderful dream. There unfortunately Shantivratananda comes and he takes Vedanta class in the dream also. Oh my dear, whatever you are experiencing, all of them are unreal. It is an appearance. Consciousness and consciousness alone exist when I say. Out of respect, you may say, yes, Swami, we are hearing to you. May be true, but we are not able to understand this. We will say that, no doubt. It is quite natural and normal. But the moment alarm rings and you come to waking state, no one else is required to say that it was an appearance, it is not real. Now in the waking state, we are staying in waking state, we are trying to negate the waking state experience. That is very bit problem, bit challenge. But by purifying the mind, we can experience. This is also an appearance. Whatever the diversity we see, actually there is a non-duality. And the Yama tells, warning is repeated. Mṛtyuṃ gacchati. If you don't understand this and if you are ignorant, about this. If you will be attaining the death time and again, means you'll be born and again you'll be reborn, you'll be reborn. All right. aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣah madhya ātmani tiṣṭhati īśānaṃ bhūtabhavyasya tato vijugupsate etadvai tat. Atma, which is the size of the thumb, which is the Lord of the past and the future, dwells in the heart of the body. After knowing that, one does not seek security. This is indeed that. All our life is what? For food, cloth, shelter. Basically, then afterwards security. If you see very quite interestingly, we all work so that we can have a house, so that we are free from the sunlight, scorching sunlight, rain, cold and all. Then afterwards, then we need money to our bread and butter. Then we need little money because some problem might come, so that we have to save our money for our future problems. Okay. Then after something else we get it, oh, because neighbors got 21-inch screen TV and they've got golden ornaments, we also want and we also get it. Afterwards we think there can be a problem of thieves. Then let me put CCTV camera. Well, CCTV camera has been put, but system might go bad. So there is a lot of property in the house. Then we will think of having a security guard. Well, security guard might do some problem one day. Then, I mean, rich people I'm saying, not common people. Then they may think of keeping dogs. Then looking after dogs, you keep 1 or 2 people. Then afterwards, you say, all of them are there, but still if something goes wrong, then better I will stay. Let my family people go for picnic. I will stay and look after, so that nothing will happen to my property or my gold or my earnings. All these things I thought it will give me happiness. It will give me security. But finally, I am not secure. So unwantingly, without proper calculation, if you earn more and more, then for that security, you will become actually security guards. That happens with many of the times. So real security, we all feel insecure. Why? Because the problem of alienation. The moment when I go away from my real nature, there only the insecure problem comes. The real insecurity comes when I am thinking I am body and mind, not the self. When I think and when I get convinced that I am the self and I have a body and mind. Body has a self? No, self has a body and mind. The more and more I think, the more and more I get convinced, then I will not have a problem of insecurity. When I was posted from Mysore to Ireland, some of the devotees came and asked, Swamiji, we heard that you have been transferred. Because in Ramakrishna Mission, we get transfers. Wherever they want, they can send us from our headquarters for the service activities. Swamiji, we heard that you have been posted or transferred to Ireland from Mysore. I said, yes, you have heard right. Yes, it is true. Swamiji, we are feeling very bad. And they were good devotees. They said, all right. But Swamiji, we are observing you are not feeling bad. I said, no, why should I feel bad? Because our seniors have said it is my duty to go and serve the master wherever I am. But Swamiji, we are all feeling very unhappy because for long association, more than 10 years, we have seen each other. We shared our feelings, love, and you helped us when we were in difficulties, like counseling or whatever. All these things. So we are losing our man. We are thinking that we are feeling bad, Swamiji. All right, that's okay. I pacified them and all. Then they asked, Swamiji, are you not feeling even little, Swamiji? Because you are a monk, probably you don't want to show that we understand Swamiji as a human being, but are you not feeling anything bad? I said, no, really I'm not feeling. If I felt it, I would have expressed what is there. Then that means Swamiji, you didn't love us at all. I said, no, I loved you. Earlier also I loved you. I am loving you also now also. After also I will love. If you are loving and you are getting transferred, and why are you not feeling bad then? What is this, Swamiji? We are unable to understand. I said, because I love you, I am not attached to you. Then they started scratching their head. What is this? You are loving us and you are not attaching to us. How is it possible? I said, yes, love and attachment does not go together. It is a very wrong understanding. We can love people, but we should not attach to people. How it is possible? I said, because of Sri Ramakrishna, we all of us, we are together here. Sri Ramakrishna is the connecting link. Sri Ramakrishna is everywhere. So what is there? So I have transferred there. I will go and do the master work there also. Here also, there also. So when we tune ourselves to the higher ideals, when we tune ourselves to the higher goals, when we tune ourselves with the God or with the self, there is no problem of insecurity. Then they were saying, all right, Swamiji, but from one state, from one district to another district, we'll get disturbed, one state to another, we will get a little panic. And from one country to another country, we are going to the new country totally. Are you not feeling any insecurity or phobia or anxiety or apprehension or what not? I said, no. Why? Because master is there. There may be favorable circumstances or unfavorable circumstances. There may be few things good, few things may not be challenging, few things may be challenging, but master is there everywhere. So he will take care of us, he will protect us. I mean, it took the devotees for some time to understand and to digest. So the more and more we connect ourselves to the divine, more and more this problem of insecurity will not be there. I am feeling bored. How to kill my time? People think that. That means they don't have anything higher things to do. Why people spend a lot of time in social media? Because they don't have higher things to do, or they're not able to hold on to it. So this has been told very clearly by mṛtyuṃ mṛtyuṃ gacchati. Why the problem of insecurity comes? Because I am not attached to higher things, or I am not attached to my own real nature. From the bhakta point of view, it is God. From the gnani point of view, it is the self or the consciousness. So hold on to the God, hold on to the consciousness. There will be no problem of insecurity. Challenges might come and go. Problems might come and go. Few things you might not come. Like every day I used to eat idli, dosa, or poha every day, different delicious breakfast. I may not get here. That is different. But I need not to suffer. My existence is not under stake. I'm not suffering with the want of food or lack of food. My taste buds might not get the same food what I was getting in Mysore, but for body, whatever is required, I am getting it. So these changes, differences, we have to understand. All right. aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣo. The self is the size of the thumb. The moment when you hear, immediately you said, hold on, Yama is wrong here. Definitely wrong, Swamiji. I can challenge you. Why? Because yourself you have said, or Yama himself has said, our Upanishads have said, consciousness is only the subject. It is never the object. When consciousness is only the subject and it is never the object, how can you say the puruṣa is the size of the thumb? That means he has got a form. It is maybe macroscopic or microscopic. Whether it is subtle, whether it is visible to my naked eye or not, it has got a form. If it has got a form, it has to be an object. But you said, or Vedanta has said that every Upanishad is saying that ātmani is the subject, never the object. Then how Purusha can be aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ? How can he be the size of the thumb? Hold on, Yama is wrong here. We have to correct it. Definitely that question should come. I don't know whether it came or not. It should come if you are following the arguments seriously and sincerely. All right, let us see. aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣah. The self or the ātman is the size of the thumb. Whose thumb? Your own thumb. It is not someone else's thumb. Your own thumb. Your own thumb size is what the aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣa. Madhya ātmani tiṣṭhati. And he is residing in the heart of the body. In the body, the heart is the center part. There he is residing. Again, second contradicting. Brahman exists everywhere. Brahman is all pervasive, you say. And Brahman is now is in your heart, you are saying. Again, second contradiction. I don't think Yama himself was confused about Brahman or Atman. I think Swamiji. The second challenge can be put to Yama. Then, īśānaṃ bhūtabhavyasya is the Lord of the past and the future. It includes present also. All right, this can be acceptable. Tato vijugupsate. After knowing this, one does not seek security. Gupsate means what? Gupsate means fear. Vijugupsate means fear of insecurity. He does not have it. One who knows, I am that self, I'll be free from the fear of insecurity. So second line understand, etadvai, this is indeed that. Second line we understand. But first line, there are two mistakes. When you say ātmani is the subject, never the object, how he can have the shape of the thumb? And how can he stay only in the heart? Why can't he stay everywhere? Either Atman should be object, microscopic object, like Vishishtadvaita says, or the Vaisheshika says, Atman is like a anu, they say atoms, which is microscopic, which is not visible, but they are microscopic in nature, they say. Either you accept Atman is an object, which is microscopic in nature, and which is the size of the thumb, you accept, or Yama is wrong here. Now, either you have to accept Atman is an object. If so, then yes, it is acceptable. Otherwise, Yama is a wrong. Then which are you going to accept among this? Now let us try to understand here. Aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣah madhya ātmani tiṣṭhati. So ātmani means you are not the self, it is the body. First correction. This is the uniqueness and the problem of the Sanskrit language in the Upanishads as well. Madhya ātmani tiṣṭhati, ātmani in Atman. Here Atma means physical body. It is a body, not the Atma. First point. So madhya ātmani tiṣṭhati means the Purusha exists in the center of the body, that is in the heart. All right, that is fine. But still the problem does not cease to exist. Because when you say Brahman is all pervasive, then it is in your heart means what? It is only in the heart. How can you say that? So, Adi Shankaracharya or even any person who understands this, they tell very clearly that consciousness itself has no dimensions. It has no shape, no color, no form, because it is not object at all. Then how can you say that it is in your heart or in my heart, in the form of a thumb or in the size of the thumb? It is only here. The aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣa, the size of the thumb is what? The space which is available in the heart. So that is what the understanding here. So according to the Upanishads, the size of my heart is what? The size of my fist. We have got a size of the fist, our own fist. Whatever is the fist size is there, that much size will be our heart. Okay. In the heart, there is a space. And the space of the heart is like my own thumb. Each person's thumb size, that much space is there in the heart actually. In the heart actually. So that is been given. Okay, that first you should understand. So the physical size of the heart is the size of the fist, one's own fist, and the space which is available in one's own heart is the size of the thumb. Okay. And according to the Upanishads, mind, the place or the residence of the mind is what? The heart. According to the Upanishads, the residential address for the mind is what? The heart, physical heart. So, aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣah means it is reflected consciousness or the notion of individuality or jivatma, not the Atman. Why? The consciousness where it can reflect? Into only in the reflecting medium that is called mind. Apart from that, there is nowhere where the consciousness can reflect. In Drugdusha Viveka, all these things we have discussed in detail. Sense organs, they get an energy from where? Through the mind. And the mind gets energy from where? From self. But can sense organs can get directly energy from self? No, they say. So the reflecting medium called mind, through that only the consciousness can reflect, reflecting medium. So similarly, the space in the heart, which is called it is a residence. That is the reason here aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣah means what? That is reflected consciousness, not the original consciousness. So aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣah means it is a reflected consciousness, a notion of individuality, or the jivatma, or the embodied soul. So here, jivatma paramatma aikyam is being told in this sloka actually. So aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣah madhya ātmani tiṣṭhati is been referred to jivatma, the notion of individuality, or I am different from darshan. Darshan is feeling that he is different from Jayashree. Jayashree is thinking that she is different from Ramesh. Ramesh is thinking he is different from Pranam Chattopadhyay. All of us, we are feeling that we are all different. Why? Because we are all individuals ourselves. That individual experience or the experience of individuality is done in the mind. And where is that mind? The mind is in my physical heart, according to the Upanishads. So the Jivatma Swarupa has been told here, aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣah madhya ātmani tiṣṭhati. It is not the real original consciousness, or it is not exactly about the Brahman or consciousness. It is about only reflected consciousness. All right. Then īśānaṃ bhūtabhavyasya is also the Lord of the past and future, including present. That is the nature of the Paramatman, Supreme Self. Tato vijugupsate. By understanding, he will be free from problem of insecurity. By telling this, what they are telling, there is no essentially, there is no difference between individual self and the Supreme Self. So Jivatma Paramatma Aikya, which we see in Mahavakya, has been seen in this particular mantra. I think I went step by step so that you can understand. I hope you have understood. If not, in the next class again I will repeat it. It is a bit subtle, I know. It will take some time to understand and comprehend. So I request you to think little, do some homework. As I will try to repeat this idea in the about this particular sloka. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Yeah, any other questions?
The aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣa madhya, that is that the subtle body we are mentioning?
It is a part of subtle body also. It is a part of subtle body also. More than
And
subtle body or gross body, let me think, probably I will ask you to think like this. It is a reflected consciousness.
right, because in one of the lectures in Ramakrishna Mission only, I have heard that subtle body looks exactly like the gross body. The shape inside is almost the same as in a miniature form. So I
Yes, the
really don't know
shape you
about
can
this.
say.
Yes,
The
yes.
shape, not
Shape
the
is in
look.
a miniature form. Yeah.
Shape, yes. Yes.
Mm.
It is like a water. The water you pour in any vessel, it takes the form of that vessel. If you put in a
Mhm.
round circle once, it takes circle shape. If it puts in a rectangular vessel, it takes rectangular. If you put in a triangular shaped vessel, it takes a triangle. So same thing with the Sukshma Sharira also. Yes. So your aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣa madhyātmani tiṣṭhati will not go for it whether physical body or a gross body or subtle body. We'll take this at all. It is a nature of the Jivatman.
Which is nothing but the reflection of the
Reflected
prof-
consciousness. I don't
reflected
want to use
consciousness.
the word loosely and add technical confusions. I want to tell only it is a reflected consciousness. And quite interestingly, if you see, I think I can give a best example is there is a pot. You have kept a pot or someone has kept a pot in the open field. The field is quite huge, maybe an acre or 2 or 5 acres or 10 acre land. And there is some pot there actually. And when we go and see, there is a small space in the pot. And beyond the pot, there's a huge space. So there's a huge space in the field and there's a little space in the pot, which we all experience, no doubt. The moment you break the pot, what happens? Oh, initially probably before coming to Vedanta, you would have said the pot got destroyed, the space also got destroyed. Now, if you have understood Vedanta by this time, you will tell nothing happened. No, the space in the pot, only the so-called separating layer called pot was removed, that's all. But otherwise, there is no change in the space. the space in the part and the space outside the part, it was appearing that actually in the space, the part is existing. Space does not exist in the part. Space does not exist in the part. Rather, the part was existing in the space. I think, I don't know, it's a very, very subtle point. We have to think little.
That's why that's why Maharaj in the comments I have written that it is better to repeat once more. That will be I think that will be appreciable. Yeah.
All right. Any other questions?
Maharaj, I have questions, means I have many confusions actually.
Okay, good.
So as it is discussed, means sometimes we say, means we hear that when people means die, we say that the sukshma sharir leaves the body and it is of the size of this thumb. So here this is what is mentioned, aṅguṣṭhamātraḥ puruṣo, that is the whole sukshma sharir, or
No, I don't know. Where did you get this idea? The subtle body is in the size of thumb. Nowhere has been told.
no, means the prana that leaves, it is of the size of the thumb, like that it sometimes we hear.
No, you
Okay.
give me reference. At least I
No,
have not
it
come
just
across till now.
just hard, means like that. Okay.
No.
So
So first, sorry, hold on, Chandrani. So I think I'm trying to clear you first and foremost. When you say size of the thumb, it is not pertaining to Sukshma Sharira. The size of the subtle body is the size of the thumb. No, first point. All right, it is not of subtle body, only of prana then. The prana is the only the size of the thumb. No, that is also no. So only I'm telling you the space which is in the physical heart is compared to the size of the thumb. The size of the thumb, whatever you see the space, so much space is existing in the heart, which is nothing but the mind. So it is only used to describe the mind actually, which is in the heart.
okay. So the next question is, sometimes we say that the mind, yes, it the heart is the residence, but mind can live anywhere, inside the body or outside the body even. So
Hold on. You tell me once more.
so mind can be anywhere, means wherever I am putting my mind. It can be inside the body, or it can be outside the body also. Means if I am
What do you
thinking
mean
of
by
some,
outside the body?
means if I am thinking about some object, say outside, so a flower outside. So my mind is there with the flower for that particular time. So that time
Yes.
it is not inside the heart.
Yes. Yes, no doubt.
So why it is said that the mind will reside only in the heart? Means it is the residence. It can be anywhere. It can go, it can roam.
Like it is like you are asking, okay, you have got your own house, you might visit friend's house, but after all visiting your friend's house and having a party, meeting relatives, friends, and all, finally you have to come back to your house, isn't it?
Yes.
Because you are visiting some friend's house or you're staying 1 or 2 days in friend's house, can you say that it is my house? Well, you can stay, but your friends say, my dear, you can stay well we here, but you cannot claim that it is my house.
But Maharaj, this
Hold
mind.
on. I'll finish your doubt and I'll come back to you. So, but again, you have to come back to your house, isn't it?
Yes.
So, like a similar way, mind can go here and there, but finally it is its resting place or its residence. That's why I use the word residential address. So, the residential address of the mind is what the heart, according to the Upanishads. When you say residential address, that doesn't mean that I cannot go anywhere else.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So means the size of the residence is like the thumb only.
No, I think, sorry, you should not stretch this example too much. Then
No,
we
no,
will
no.
miss it.
It's no, no, no. It's okay. It's okay. And the another thing that is again, don't scold me. So when we are saying that in Sankhya there are infinite puruṣa, so that is again jivatma or the,
No, again, okay. So when you say Sankhya advocates the multiplicity of souls or
yes,
plurality of souls, because for them, at least now, technically it has been accepted that Sankhya's are Nirishwaravadis. Means they don't accept the Ishvara or the Supreme Self. So when there is no Supreme Self, then where is Jivatma and Paramatma? So for them only a Purushas, that's all. So when we say for the Sankyans, there are different Purushas or different Atmas, they say. You may use the word Jivatma or Paramatma because the Jivatma only can be rightful it compared to with referring to Paramatma, then the Jivatma will come. So they are only Jivas, or rather, technically to put it clearly, Purushas or Atmas, multiplicity of souls, multiplicity of Atmas. So there
no,
are Atmas there, multiple Atmas they say.
but all these multiple atma from it should come from some single thing. Means how
No,
come?
no, sir, no. So that's where I'm saying you should not mix the philosophies.
No, I am
Now
not
you are
mixing.
asking this question.
I want to know about that Sankhya philosophy only about the multiplicity of Purusha, but uniqueness of the Prakriti. And then when Prakriti can act only when it comes near to the vicinity to the Purusha. So which Purusha it is coming?
Yes, it's a good question. So for them, there's a multiplicity of souls. Okay. But Prakriti is only one. But which is Trigunatmika Prakriti? Prakriti is only one, but many Purushas are there. Okay, first point. And second, when the Prakriti is coming to contact with the Purusha, which Purusha? If you ask, it is all individual Purushas. Because for them very clearly they tell why this Prakriti, why this creation exists. If you ask, they tell it is clearly Purushasya Bhogam and Apavarga, Bhogasya and Apavargartasya. They tell very clearly in the Karika. Why this creation exists, this world exists, if you ask, it is for the experience of the self and for to help for the emancipation. So if a person is emancipated, then for him there is no role of Prakriti. Prakriti does not have any role for him. Is it clear for you, Chandranidhi?
Yes. So means and all this Prakriti is jada, right? And so
Yes,
all
Prakriti
these
is
infinite Purusha all are conscious.
infinite. Purusha is consciousness. Yes, is
All
conscious.
all
All Purushas
infinite.
are conscious.
Okay. But single Prakriti that is jada.
Jada, yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes. Yes, Pranamda, your question now.
My question is that this I was talking with reference to the movement of the mind, etc., inside, outside, etc. So there is through sadhana you get siddhis, and there you can travel at a different place. Like in case of Thakur, also we have seen in Kadamrita that he is present here, he is present there also. So like that. So what is the position of mind at the time and how? Because normally here a normal case here at this moment I'm seeing through my eyes, the mind is actually using the eyes to get the signals and then processing it through the brain, and then I'm seeing and talking and etc. So but when I travel, I don't know, travel as an energy and then see somewhere, then what instrument I'm using to be there in confused actually.
Ram, that is out of syllabus. Because neither I have energy nor you have that energy capacity. So where I cannot exist in multiple places, nor you can exist in multiple places. We are unable to leave and hold on to one place properly, isn't it? So it is out of syllabus, at least for me. So really I cannot say that. Anyhow, first point. And on the joke apart, so how can they exist at multiple places? In Sri Ramakrishna's life, as you said, he appeared in 2-3 places simultaneously. How it is possible for them? It is only by the special power. It is through special powers. Through the special powers, they can appear in multiple places. They are called vibhutis. So it is not normal, it is abnormal, or it is supernormal. Because abnormal will have a different connotation. So I will say it is a supernormal power. So there are different powers of the mind actually. For example, in Yoga Shastras also it comes in different places, also in Sankhya comes in different scriptures it has been discussed. For example, you control your mind. By controlling your mind, if you get a mastery, self-mastery over your mind, you can control the Prakriti also. Like you can control the planets of the sun and moon. How? By having a control over your mind. That's what we see in the Ravana's case. Ravana stopped the movement of sun, moon, planets for some time at given point of. We see in this. It looks very mythology or it is hypothetical arguments we feel, but it is possible. How? Because they had that mastery over the mind. Even in the Sankhya philosophy, they say Adhikarika Purushas, they are Prakrutilaya Purushas. Now, for an example, you have realized person, but still you want to stay for a long time. So your subtle body gets merged with the Prakriti. So till at the end of the creation of the cycle, particular cycle, they will be existing in the subtle form and they will be experiencing the world or enjoying. It goes above the head. Many times these things, it goes above the head. How is it a person stays in the merging in Prakriti, enjoying it, experiencing it? What? It goes above the head for some of us, but we need deeper understandings and studies for all these things. But these are discussed already in the whatever thing. If you listen to my last Patanjali Yoga Sutra class, I have discussed what are the positive effects or the pros by following the yama. Yama, niyama, asana in that, from that yama. Yama you get ahimsa, satyeya, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya. Okay. There, one by practicing ahimsa for long time, non-injury, by action, by word, by deed, what happens? The animals, the deadly animals can leave their enmity in your presence. Like cobra and rat. Cobra and rat, they can never go together. Isn't it? They are enemies because either they eat each other. I mean, cobra will finish the rat in no time. But at your visit, if you have established in that by following that ahimsa, in your presence, cobra and rat both stay happily, peacefully, and they live coexisting. We saw in this in the case of Pavari Baba. The snake and rats both were drinking the milk from the same bowl. In the Dakshinamurti, in the Stotra we come to know, and in Ashtavakra Avadhuta also we hear all these things. A simple example. Now, aparigraha, which Sri Ramakrishna's father, Sri Ramakrishna, they all practice this. So when you practice aparigraha for a long time, maybe 12 years or more, they say very clearly, all the world riches will come and fall at your feet. This has all been explained and beautifully Patanjali in his Yoga Sutras, he has told. You follow only aparigraha. Whatever is required, basic necessity for your life, hold on to that, and you don't desire for any other's wealth in any way. By practicing it for 12 years or little more or whatever, then the world will, the wealth will come and fall at your feet. Satya, by following the truth sincerely, again, kaya, vacha, manasa, whatever you say, it will happen. Even for example, these things very clearly we can see in many cases we have seen, like in, now I am not able to remember the saint story. The saint told for a lady that you will have a son or daughter. Then whole city laughed because she has been, what do you say, by say medical science, doctors told very clearly that she doesn't have a power or she doesn't have that strength to conceive the baby. It was proven for a long time. But the monk or the saint simply blessed. Everyone laughed at. Then the monk said very simply, I don't know, it came to my mind, I have blessed. It has to come true. And it came true also. Why? He practiced satya. So this we can see in the life of saints a lot. All these things are by controlling the mind and by following the disciplines, we will get these special powers.
After listening to all the lectures by you, I still feel like Isaac Newton collecting stones on the seashore. So my feeling is that only.
Yeah, all right.
Humble pranams.